Hope everybody's well. It's Wednesday night. It's 10 p.m., just a little after. I apologize about that. And I have in front of me, I know you can't really see it, but maybe I can lift it up for you for a second. It's a little heavy. I've got a table with rocks and crystals and all sorts of things on it that we're going to talk about really quick in a little bit, because we're going to talk about something tonight that I refer to as biophotonic energy. Mainly biophotonic healing. Now, biophotonics is a scientific study, and it's an absolute legitimate field of research. But what I've found is that people who take part and practice things like Reiki and Prananati are actually using biophotonic healing. And I don't know if you know this, but I suffer from 2 complete cervical spine ruptures. I should have had from C7, C67, and C4, from C6 and C7 and C4 and C5 fused. Basically, behind my Adam's apple, the vertebrae C4 and C5, I have a complete rupture in, and then C6 and C7, right above T1, I have a complete rupture in. My MRI was pretty bad. Down here, there was a severe spinal cord compression. If you look at my MRI, it's someplace on my Instagram feed, you see my spinal cord, and you can just see the vertebrae is really pushing into it and narrowing the spinal cord and stuff. So I had had the MRI, saw a neurosurgeon. He told me right away, we need to get you in right away. This is, you can be paralyzed. This is life-threatening, all sorts of horrific things that freaked me out. And instead of just signing the paper away and jumping into surgery, I took the day, just a day, to really kind of let myself calm down, look into this. Of course, I found a upper cervical chiropractor who is amazing. A chiropractor saved my life when I was a teenager. I was in a landslide in the island of Montserrat, and for 5 years, about 2 to 3 times a week, I went to a chiropractor. His name is Mitchell Proffman in New York, and now I see Justin Roth. I've been seeing him now for Sagan is almost 4, and it was before Sagan was born, so it's 4 years now. I've been going to see Justin, and anyway, long story short, when I discovered this and I was going to the chiropractor and I realized I wouldn't be able to box the way I used to, I wouldn't be able to do martial arts the way I used to, I wouldn't be able to do yoga the way I used to because of this injury. I'll have it for the rest of my life. And I thought to myself, I need to find another way. And of course, at that particular point, I was really starting to get into meditation a lot more. I was using my eye technique, and I started to experiment with healing energy and practicing variations in Prananati. My sister, excuse me. My wife's brother, actually my wife has studied it as well, and her sister, but my wife's brother is a healing lama. He travels back and forth to Nepal quite often, and he is a Prananati master, a master teacher, and he lives in Hungary. And Prananati is a healing technique, and basically, it works in the sense that they would assess the person's body through meditation, laying in front of them. There are symbols associated with healing prayers and techniques that they do in Prananati, and as they meditate over the person where the injury or the ailment is, they'll see a symbol through the meditation, and they're led and guided to know what practice to do. Reiki, I'm not familiar with Reiki at all, so I don't want to assume and insinuate, but I know Reiki is a healing technique with its hands. And I've had people who have practiced Reiki work on me. I personally have not experimented with Reiki myself. So anyway, considering all of this, I came across something just through my own experiments. Now, just to talk a little bit about our bodies, our celestial energy and things like that, regardless of whatever your spiritual belief is, we are made up, everything, the bookshelf behind me, the candles, the books, me, my teeth, my hair, the floor, the iPhone, everything is made up of atoms. It's all made up of atoms. And if you really think about something this simple, we look at this little Buddha statue that's this simple, right? We look at a little piece of dragon stone like this, very simple, right? Or a little piece of malachite. And these are all atoms, even this little cup, even the liquid inside it, it's all atoms. And then we realize and understand that atoms are actually photons. Scientifically, we know now an atom is a photon. It's an illuminated particle, because there are absolutely no such thing as particles, because particle kind of insinuates a material object, and there's no such thing as a physical material object. Atoms are an infinitesimal source of light. As you cut it open, there's more. You cut it open, there's more. You cut it open. It's a fractal system, just like everything else. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. If we think about this, and here's something for you to think about. You know, everybody wants to know if there's truly a divine source in the world, and I can tell you hands down there is, whether you believe me or not, but there is. But I want you to think of something from trees to birds to plants to rocks to everything. These are atoms that are all held together. And if you really think these atoms all got together on their own and formed these things just by an accident or on their own, without some force, without some code, without some energy behind it all, then you're actually kidding yourself. Think about everything in creation, everything in existence, and you have to realize that these things just didn't form on their own. Atoms and photons just don't meet accidentally. They are coded. And that's why when you break them down to the atomic level, there are different structures. They're all the same. It's just different arrangements that give you liquid to solid, rock to gold, flower to tree. And it truly is. You are the same exact thing. From your bones to your organs to your skin to your energy. The energy that we are, our true energy, is a photonic energy, a frequency, a light, something that's out of our visible spectrum, but we are beings of light, hence the words light being. And if you think about the scientific fact that we know our liver and aspects of our body are continuously replicating, recreating themselves, you yourself are vibrating. Well, science likes to say you're vibrating in and out of existence continuously, and what I like to say is your consciousness is experiencing layers of the fractal existence, because you are truly stationary and everything around you is moving through you and in you. Think about what I just said. Science wants you to believe you're walking around right now vibrating in and out of existence magically, but the truth is your consciousness is experiencing a fractal system traveling through itself. So every motion is basically almost a different frame of a continuous image that's just going and going and going through your consciousness. But here in the physical reality, we can operate within the physical reality because our vessel is made from the same thing as the physical reality. Our consciousness and awareness and intelligence is not. We stream into our bodies. Our bodies are photonic energy. Our cells carry memories, whether it's from your mother and father. Hereditary memories on a cellular level are absolutely a fact. We know a heart transplant victim has proven that they recalled the memories of the person who didn't donate their heart, the donor of the heart who was murdered. And they, through memory, cellular memory of the heart, were able to recall this and led to that person's arrest. And this is a true story. So we continuously are altering and recoding and storing memories and energy in our cells, in our vessel. And if we are truly walking around and having different layers of our existence, so let's get to healing. You're laying in front of me. I'm sitting here moving my hands in front of you. Regardless if I am moving through this reality or this reality is moving through me, these photons that my consciousness travels through, time, it goes past us, these photons are out. And if I, in my mind, focus and manifest true healing energy inside my body on a cellular level, and I sit here and I am projecting this out to the person in front of me, or in my own case, my neck, or my mind and my heart, to repair the neural network between the two of trauma, pain, forgiveness, my own things to forgive myself for, right? You are transferring, you are shedding, right? These photons, these atoms continuously off your body, almost like flakes of skin that fall off. So when you are projecting this into a person, when you are healing, whatever you're doing, whatever prayer you're doing, whatever energy you're doing, what you are doing on a cellular level is altering the energy that you are projecting out. You are projecting by creating within a healing energy that is now going into this other person. But I got something for you. And we're going to do an experiment tonight, and you're going to feel it on your own, and you're going to do it on your own, and it's going to blow your doors off. And we're going to end tonight with a meditation that is just going to be so chill and so relaxing that you're truly going to love this. It's going to be fantastic. So let me sip my tea. One of the biggest things that I found with healing, now my mother growing up was a massage therapist. My wife does healing. She also is yoga. She does yoga very well. My brother-in-law is a healer. I do healing work more on a spiritual level, but that actually leads into the physical life as well. So what I've noticed is people misinterpret chakras, the energy points of the body. They see the crown chakra, the throat chakra, the solar plex, the root, and they look at this, and we always see it depicted in just a silhouette of a body, and here are these colors representing the chakras, right? But what people aren't taking into consideration is that these chakras are representing what we say are energy points. And again, people just think, oh, I'm pressing on my solar plexus, I'm activating my chakra, I'm activating my crown chakra, and that's not how it goes. The chakras absolutely are representing the spinal cord. The chakra alignment is representing, with the exception of the crown chakra, obviously that's your brain and the energy around the top of your head, but from throat all the way down to the root chakra, to the coccyx, this is demonstrating the neural network of your body. And what it's showing you is at those specific locations on the spine, these chakras are controlling a different area of your body. So for example, my C4 and C5, it affects my jaw, my teeth, my cheeks, and even my eyes and headaches. And when it shifts out of place, it pushes my atlas all the way up in the top out of line, and that causes headaches up. Right? Now, this is just a shift in my spine that's triggering pressure on my neural network. Okay, so I can fix that by placing my hand on it, by continuously repeating this daily, constantly putting my hand on it, projecting my own healing energy, breathing it in and recycling this. I began to start to really, truly feel better. There's just something hanging up here on my phone. I really, truly started to feel better, and it started to work. And then as I started to realize things with my body, issues in my legs from martial arts, that if I started to do these exercises on my spine, rather than just putting both hands, pay attention, rather than just putting both hands on my knee, and projecting this energy, I began to put one hand on my knee, on my back, the other on my knee. And I would sit there and meditate and close the circuit. Rather than just projecting the energy, because think of this, if I hurt my knee, it's not just my knee. That pain, that trauma is actually traveling with light through the neural network of your body into your spine, up your spine and into your mind. And to truly heal it, you're not just healing the injury, you've got to go from where that pain is being registered and sent out, and then send your healing energy from your spine to that area. I'm working on right now for you a chakra chart matched up with the spine chart, and I will post this in a couple of days. My son is actually working on it for me. But what I want you to know is that you truly have healing abilities beyond what you've known. Even if you thought you do have healing energy, I'm going to prove to you right now that you absolutely, truly do have a force of energy that you can project, feel, and develop on your own. Now, everybody's into crystals, and I have plenty of crystals. this is a small sample of crystals I have of myself. I have many different types of crystals, bag of crystals. I have meteorites because everybody is always focused on terrestrial crystals, crystals that grow up out of the ground. And we focus our energy on them, we cleanse them, we project into the crystal almost like a cell, an intention, and then we use that crystal for healing or meditation or for whatever purpose. But you know, when you start to consider things like meteorites, little pieces that have come from the universe traveling out into space through our atmosphere and into our planet, what these represent too, they're even older than crystals and years. These are truly a part of creation. And then we have all around us every single day, truly some of the most magnificent healing, what's the word I can use so you don't know what I'm going to say? Healing tools around us. And if you think back of ancient culture, before we here in the United States and wherever else started deforestation and timber to build homes, most temples and homes used to be built of stone. And all around you, every single day when you're walking around, are rocks. And rocks have minerals inside them. They have crystals inside them. They have quartz inside them. They have so many crystals that you can't even see. And I'm simply talking about rocks. Rocks, when you walk down the street. And I consider some, because of what they do for me, to even be sacred stones. I find these in rivers. I find them on hiking walks. And I take them home and I keep them and I use them to meditate. And interestingly enough, all of the rocks that I just so happen to coincidentally pick up, listen to this, just so happen to be magnetic. They all have magnetic properties in them. All the rocks I always wind up picking up have magnetic properties in them. And I found something out that was really interesting. I was hiking one day and I saw these two big stones. Two big stones on the side of the path. They weren't dug into the ground. They were kind of just sitting there. These, I'll show them to you close up. Right? These two stones. And I actually bent down. Let's get them in my hands, right? I actually bent down and picked them up. I picked this one up like this. I reached down and I picked this one up like this. And this one, if you look at my hand, fit perfectly in my hand this way. And this one fit perfectly in my hand this way. When I sit down and meditate, and I practice my biophotonic energy, I use something exactly like this. Now, these are not magnets, even though they have magnetic properties. It's because they just have iron and things like that in them, right? But if I bring these two rocks together and start to pull them apart, I can feel the magnetic draw. I can feel an energetic push and pull kind of relationship between these two rocks. So as I started to think about the biophotonic healing, as I started to look into the human body and realize that your brain, excuse me, your brain, well, your body has a mineral in it, a mineral called magnetite, and your brain actually has this mineral at key locations. Think about this. Your brain at key locations has magnetite in it, a magnetic mineral that's inside your body. And I started to think about that. I said, wow, you know, I could feel this magnetic push and pull. I've always had this draw to stones. I've always had this draw to crystals, but especially rocks. As a kid, I've always been fascinated with rocks. I have actually rocks all over my house. I collect them all the time, but some of them are very special to me, and it's because of their shape, their texture, and how they feel in my hands. But these two in particular, my sacred stones, when I bring them together, I started to think about that. I started to think about that push and pull. So if two rocks outside in a field can have that push and pull, if two rocks that are just photons, assembled differently than I am, can have a magnetic push and pull, a draw, a symbiotic relationship, something between the two of them, right? I said, I wonder if I do too. And I started to sit down and I started to flex my hands. I would hold them together. I'd relax my body, relax my breathing, I'd start to feel a slight little bit of energy in between my hands, and I would just start to imagine that I can start to press it and move it around, almost like rolling a ball in my hand. And as I would keep on doing this, I can feel, I thought I was crazy at first. I was like, I could definitely feel something swirling between my hands. And I started to expand it out and push and pull. And I started to envision a ball between my hands, a blue sphere, an energetic sphere. And I started to move my hands back and forth like I'm doing right now. And even right now as I'm talking to you, I could feel that magnetic field stretching between my hands. Physically feel it. I've had my son and my wife close their eyes. I've moved my hand just like this over their arm in different spots, and they can absolutely feel the energy, that magnetic discharge, that projection of your photonic energy. As I said the last time we met, we know scientifically our heart, the electromagnetic field of our heart, can be measured a few feet outside of our body. We can physically project an energy that is going to lead us into a course, a class right here, talking about telekinesis and me demonstrating something that's absolutely amazing in front of you. But I want you to do this tonight when we're done. I want you to just sit like that. And I want you to sit, really relax your heart, relax your mind. Don't worry about your thoughts because you're going to be thinking just about this. And I just want you to start doing it. Just first, really relaxed. Hold your hands together. You could try it right now with me. Hold your hands together, just a little bit apart, maybe an inch or two. And just sit there a moment. Let the energy between your hands just start to build. And then just start to clockwise and counterclockwise. Slowly move your hands. And focus your thoughts between your hands. You're not feeling your left hand. You're not feeling your right hand. You're feeling the energy between your hands. Keep moving your hands like this. I already feel it. And as you're doing this, start to bring your hands apart. And then stop. And then bring your hands apart and together. And you'll feel that taffy pull, that elastic type of stretchy feeling. And then just start to project that and then meditate and focus on that. Hold it, develop it, practice it on yourself and feel it. And I'm telling you, if you absolutely have somebody who is willing and open to it and believes, these are very important factors, that we can heal each other, then you can inside. I am manifesting my healing energy. I am turning my body and every cell and photon that I am into a healing instrument. I am channeling the divine source, the angelic realm, and all of the ascended masters to assist me in healing. You place one hand on the spine, just away from the spine, near the spine, the other on the body. But before you do that, do this. Develop that energy, feel it. Even when you're going to do the practice, have the person lay in front of you, say a prayer, a mantra, something similar to what I just said. Get that energy field working. Start moving your hands over their body. Bring one hand behind their spine, one hand on that injury. Move your hands around, touch them, hold them, and project that energy through them. And I promise you, you're not going to cure them of cancer. You're not going to mend a broken bone, but you are absolutely going to project your healing energy into this person. You are going to deliver them comfort. You are going to assist in their healing and their recovery. And accepting that as the truth is what's going to enable you to really focus and project that energy positively. When you're out hiking and you see a rock that catches your eye, pick it up and put it in your pocket. When you get home, meditate with it. Look at it. Get 2. bring them together. This magnet that I just showed you before is called a rare earth magnet. It's a very, very strong magnet. I use it when I go meteorite hunting. These meteorites I purchased online. I could not possibly get these amazing little pieces here in Connecticut, but they're absolutely fantastic, from Morocco in the desert. And I'm a huge rock hound, a meteorite collector. As I said, I'm very much into crystals and all these types of things like this. I absolutely love crystals. One of my favorite crystals there is, actually, let me put some of these back and I'll show you, it's called skeletal celestial, and they always have these absolute fantastic shapes to them. I have a couple of others here. I could show you a couple of them real quick. They just always really look very, very funky. They have very dark spots inside them. Always very weird shapes, like I said. Very cool crystals. You know, amethyst is one of my favorites. It's my birthstone as well. Big fan of amethyst, fluorite, things like this. And I use them. This is citrine. This is malachite, polished meditation stone. This is dragon stone, again, polished. Really beautiful stuff. And meditating with them is really a wonderful thing to do. But to be completely honest, like I said, you know, just because a crystal has grown underground and has taken its time and we can store energy into it, a rock, a simple rock sitting outside your front door and in your yard can do and is the exact same thing. And chances are the rock you're going to pick up has more than just quartz in it. There's a lot of wonderful minerals in all the rocks, and you can look up online very easily the local geology of the area you live in. You can go hiking knowing the local geology, and as you do this, you can then go and look for specific rocks, and you can take these home, feel their energy, work on your biophotonic energy, and realize that you are not a human being. You are beyond human consciousness and comprehension. We are the most amazing thing in creation because we are creation. We are responsible for creation, and we will continuously create worlds and realities that just are variations and diversify of what we know. We will grow upon what we know, and here right now, learning what we're learning, expanding how we are, evolving and ascending and learning our light energy is all instruments that are going to better prepare us for our next reality and our next adventure. And I promise you, we really, really are in such an amazing era and time and age right now. For lack of a better word, I would just really say we are in an incredible time of existence. The frequencies and vibrations around us are incredible. We can consciously time travel to our past and our future. Our future self is guiding us now, just as you can connect with your younger self, and you are the person who has comforted and guided your younger self. And we're becoming aware of these things. We have grown past the manipulations and the deceits of our governments and our churches. They don't affect us anymore because we've risen above them. We truly have. We don't let hate and anger and bitterness and jealousy and rage consume us anymore. They're not emotions that we carry anymore. We can travel to our past and see past our pain and trauma. We can heal ourselves. And we know today, right now, this Wednesday, that I'm talking to you, we are growing, we are uniting, the world is changing, and our children and our grandchildren can and will have a beautiful world, and you and I will go on to create some amazing worlds for them to experience after here. And it's an amazing, beautiful process. The way we were created and the way we traverse existence, and we'll get into this another time. I don't want to change the conversation right now, but please practice your biophotonic healing. You are a healer. You are a healer. You're a banker, a lawyer, you're unemployed, you're a baker, you're a housewife, you're a garbage man, you're a millionaire, you are all of these things and everything's, just as I am you and you are me, and you can do all of these things. It just takes the time to believe in yourself and dedicate the discipline, dedicate the time and the discipline to discipline yourself. It really takes time and patience. None of this happens overnight. I'm going to be 51. I got it right. And none of this is going to happen for you overnight. So with that being said, I'm losing my voice. It's getting near my sleep time because I have to get up every day at 5 a.m. That's just my time to rise now. And it's beautiful getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Everyone in my house is still asleep for at least 2 hours. I can meditate, do yoga, do some writing, and just chill out in the morning and enjoy that time. And it's a beautiful thing. But I do want to do a meditation with you. So we're going to do a really cool meditation tonight. No eye technique, no mind's eye technique. We're going to sit down. I'm going to create a visual for us. And we are just going to see where that takes us, okay? So if you want to join in with this, with the meditation, definitely dim down the lights in your house if you can, around you. That would be a really good thing to do. It's definitely going to help you relax into this meditation. And it's only going to be a few minutes. And something I usually don't say right off the bat, I want us to start by focusing on our breathing tonight, even with your eyes open talking to me right now. I always say breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And if you can, do that. If you're stuffy, if you're like me and have gluten allergies and actually accidentally ate something with gluten and you're feeling a little stuffy, then breathe through your mouth. Do what you have to do. But I want you to breathe in. And when I say rest, pause in between the breath. Not so much on the exhale, because when we really exhale, we are really extinguishing, exiting all of the air and life force out of our body. And we really just are drawn. We just must. It's just in our instinct to draw that breath in, even though we can hang there for a moment. But the true pause, when we bring that life force in, when you bring the air in, if I keep that position, like where I'm drawing, I'm never relaxed. It's almost like swallowing without swallowing. I bring the air in and I just relax and settle. It's not forceful. It's not holding my breath. It's stillness. It's true, pure, beautiful, blissful stillness. So right now with your eyes open, try it with me. Breathe in. Let it rest. Relax your chest, your shoulders. Breathe out. Breathe in. Rest. Breathe out. Close your eyes. Get comfortable. Adjust your clothes, your body. Make yourself feel nice and comfy. And with me again. Breathe in. Rest. Exhale. No thoughts. Breathe in. Just focusing on your breath. Rest. Stay in that silence. Embrace that pause, that stillness. Exhale. Again, breathe in. Rest. And exhale. Continue to do this, focusing on your breath. And as you're breathing in and resting and exhale, I want you to start envisioning yourself sitting on a dock. You're just sitting on the edge of the dock. The water in front of you, it's not the ocean, it's a lake. It's extremely calm. The water is extremely still, beautifully reflective. You can see in the water the clouds above. And when you look out to the distance of the lake, you can't see the other side. There's no end to the lake. It just looks like it meets the horizon. It falls off the edge. It meets the sky. And in the sky, you can see the sun is setting. The sky is purple, blue, orange, sporadic clouds, and you're just sitting there, you on this little piece of wood, looking out at the water, and you're breathing. You're looking around, and as far as you can see, left to right, nothing but water meeting horizon. You're sitting on a wooden pier. You can feel it underneath you. You feel your body. You can even look down right now with me. Look down and look at the water. And you can see your face. You can smile, and you can see your smile looking right back at you. And there you are, looking at your reflection in the water in this beautifully calm lake. You look back up, and again you see nothing but lake meeting horizon. And the sun is getting lower. The sky is slightly darker. I want you to draw your attention back down to your reflection. You can see your feet just dangling right above the water. You're breathing in and you're resting. And you're so tempted to wiggle your toes and just touch the water. They're so close to the water. You can really see your feet in the water are so close. Keep breathing in, rest, and exhale. And I want you to do me a favor. With one toe, your big toe, just tap the water and make a ring. You see the ring expand out? Tap the water one more time. Keep breathing and look at the ring expand out. And notice as you tap the water again, your reflection's not there. You just see the water vibrating and the ring going out. You tap it again, you tap it again, and you tap it again. And you see this endless cycle of rings coming out. Let your vision go closer to them. Start to go into them. Notice the ring pass your peripheral vision, and another one, and another one. It's an empty, beautiful stillness. You can breathe in, and you can just rest here. There's no sound. There's no sight. Nothing. Stillness. Continue to breathe. Let your breath naturally slow down and relax. And just go deeper. You can feel yourself floating down. No fear. You're just calmly enjoying this. Just float there a minute. As you can see yourself, outside yourself, floating in the water, from above and underneath, slowly see yourself start rising back up. You can see yourself slowly getting further away as you're rising back up. Your body's rising up. Let go of the concept of your body as it rises up, and stay here and just keep watching it rise up. as your consciousness sits here, we know we're still sitting on that pier. We know all we have to do is open up our eyes and we're still on that pier. And with your eyes staying closed, envision yourself just opening your eyes and being there right on that pier, tapping your toe on that water, and slowly start to see the sky come back in the water's reflection. See the rings start to slow down. Slowly start to see a reflection there. Look at yourself curiously. Smile. Wave. Bring your attention back there. Look up from the pier and look out at the horizon. Notice the sun is almost down. Just a tiny little bit is left. We can see it almost at the end of that infinite horizon. The sky is a deep purple. Just this little bit of pink and orange left at the bottom. The sun is slowly going down. And we're sitting on the pier now, watching the stars come out. Bringing our breathing back to normal. Now with me, right now, bring your consciousness back to this conversation we're having. Bring it back to tonight, the biophotonic energy, the things you're able to do. And with me right now, open your eyes. And just realize right now, as simply as we just did that in that few minutes, something as simple as that, you can literally, in your mind, easily create a completely different environment that you can interact with, you can feel, you can know, and you can go into any way you want, because you are always tethered to this reality, and there is nothing for you to be afraid of, because you are truly protected by the divine source of all light and life, because that is exactly what you are. There is no darkness and negativity in your light, and when we do an exercise like that, falling into the abyss, there's nothing to be afraid of except embracing that pure silence and darkness and feeling, and realizing you are in control to see your body, be in your body, and control where your mind, heart, spirit, and body travel to at all times. Everyone, definitely time for me to go lay my head down and go to sleep for the night, and come back here tomorrow. Again, I truly appreciate all those who watch this live, and I appreciate everybody who's going to watch this over the next 24 hours on Instagram. And I will have it up on my site sometime next week. It's usually a week after. And really, truly don't take these little conversations for granted. Afterwards, sit down, and each day, if only for a minute, if only for 60 seconds, practice feeling that energy in your hands. Expand on it. Think of what I said about the spine, the neural network. The mind registers the pain. The registers of pain comes from here. We can complete that network by projecting our energy in it. And when you meditate, let yourself go. Go deep within. Whether it's the mind's eye technique or something you create in your mind, or just sitting and breathing and resting in that silence, you are absolutely the creator of this reality, and you alone can change your reality. And if we all can just say, I promise, I'm going to make a little bit more kindness, compassion, love, and unity for all living things on this planet, myself, and if we all can commit to that, then guess what happens? You got it. Everyone, I will see you Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great night, everybody. God bless. Namaste. I'll see you soon. Take care.